Hey there, thanks for joining me today. This video is going to be quite different from what I usually do on TaylorKitchen. If you've seen some of the earlier videos, you will know that I was laid off roughly 2 months ago. So this video is kind of a compilation of my learnings, mostly about myself, in that 2 month time frame. I would say, firstly, if you get laid off, I was 25 years on the job and I'm 61 years old. So you can kind of know that it's like, whoa, when you're laid off after that amount of time and you're that age, a job search might be difficult. It has proven to be so. Let me back up. Firstly, do let your emotions process. Even though I kind of saw this coming, it was still a shock. I cried. I felt bad that I cried. I kept apologizing to the HR manager, and she's like, don't worry. She's like, this is totally natural. I'm like, well, I've not been in this position before, so this is not natural for me to kind of have a meltdown in the workplace. But of course, you're delivering the worst of news to me. So and it was kind of, I used to say before this happened, I thought that that would be a bigger issue for men than it would be for women, thinking that a male's identity is more wrapped up in what he does. I'm babysitting my sourdough. It's time to flip the sourdough. We talk about retired life. I realize it's not, because even though I did not want to admit it, there was a lot of my identity wrapped up in my position and my title or whatever. And I kept telling myself throughout my entire employment that it was not. But once it's gone, and the emotions are real. So I would say be very cautious, wherever you are right now. Make sure your identity is not in your job. If that's all you think you are, you're short selling yourself. So don't go that direction. The second learning was probably on the financial front, because when you have a solid income and you've had one for a long time, it's easy to take it for granted. Even though we were pretty good about saving money and not spending frivolously, there were certain things that you would just go by. Oh, I want to go have a Starbucks, no big deal. It is a big deal. It is a big deal now. It's kind of funny, the things that I have immediately, I cut out every subscription that I had. With the exception of my compassion child, I'm not going to give that up. But there were other things that I gave up subscriptions to, which I didn't need. And we've been very thoughtful about grocery buying. We've been very thoughtful about gas usage. Do we really need to go there? Can we consolidate trips? And thankfully, Tim and I had no debt except for our house. Our vehicles, his is paid off, mine was paid for in cash. So we just have the house payment. And unfortunately, we live in an area with super high property taxes. So that's a concern. And our HOA fees have doubled in the 5 years that we've lived here. So that's a concern. Will they continue to escalate? Will property taxes continue to escalate? So we're working through that. Our intent, even before this happened, was to downsize, because we have a rather large home for the two of us. We got a great deal on it. We bought it when the market was like really bad. So it was a buyer's market, and we got a lot of square footage for a little bit of money. And the house payment itself is very manageable. It's just the property taxes that are criminal. They're criminal. But anyway, so I would say, put yourself in a position, if you can, to try not having a lot of debt can really open you up to choices that you might want to make. Number 3, will I return to the corporate world, or will I continue to just focus on TaylorKitchen? Well, my passion is TaylorKitchen. So of course I'm focusing on that while I'm job hunting. And I actually just filed for unemployment insurance, and that gives me a little bit every week, which is, super helpful. That'll probably buy groceries. After taxes. I don't know if it'll buy groceries, but anyway, it's something. So that's very, very helpful. And I've had some preliminary interviews. Unfortunately, most of them have either wanted like a ridiculous commute. It was going to be like an hour and a half each way. No, thank you. And another one was relocate to Chicago. No, thank you. And another opportunity was just, I don't think it would be, well, I don't know. They were kind of like a thanks, but no thanks. They were one of my company's competitors. And it was kind of right in my niche, but maybe they, and although you're not supposed to have age discrimination when you hire, they could have looked at my resume and kind of ascertained how old I was and figured, oh, I'm not going to be in the workforce for another decade. So no thanks. But anyway, that's where that is. And I will just continue to hunt because you never know if there's just that great opportunity out there that might be exactly right for me. While at the same time, I'm doing a lot more with TaylorKitchen. I'm doing a lot more as far as learning how to link my TaylorKitchen stuff, the cooking and the creativity and those kinds of things, the recipe development that I do a lot of, and still trying to earn commissions on Amazon and on LTK and with some affiliates that I have. So just pushing, I work every single day for a minimum of 8 hours. I'm taking Tuesdays and Sundays off. Tuesdays to go to my father-in-law's and we play music on Tuesday. Sunday, church, it's the Sabbath. So just trying to focus on working a full work week like you would when you're working for corporate and you're in the office. So really planning my days to be productive. Fourth, I would say I have really enjoyed more family time. It's been great to be able to do things that I haven't been able to do in years and years and years. My daughter and my little 3-year-old, almost 4-year-old grandson were over the other night, and she's like, I want to spend the night one night a week with Rowan. And I'm like, that would be so awesome. Just, we had a really good time, enjoyed each other's company. My being able to go to Tuesday music at my father-in-law's has never happened. So that's been a lot of fun. And I have a friend, she's a stay-at-home mom, and she's been able to go with her son, who's like musically talented and just plays everything. So she's going, and so it's great for me to get to see her, hang out with my hubby. We're spending a lot more time together just because I'm here and I don't have to go into an office that's 45 minutes away from me. So just having more time with family, being able to say to my daughter that lives in Athens, which is 45 minutes from here, that, hey, if you have a day off, I'll come up and see you and we can go out together. Before I didn't have that option. So that's a really, really nice perk. Fifthly, I would say just having such a great support environment around me has been very, very good. People have been praying for me just for direction and wisdom, which is really what I want. I want to know when I make decisions that I'm doing things for the right reasons. So we pray, to God, open up doors that I should walk through and close them very, very soundly where I should not. Just having the support of my husband, he's been really great. He never freaked out. I freaked out. He never freaked out. He might have quietly and never let on. But anyway, it was good. So those are some of my learnings 2 months into being laid off. And I hope you will continue to follow me on this part of my journey. And thanks for hanging around and watching.